Well, the United Nations Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon will chair a special meeting overnight to urge the world community to donate far more to Pakistan flood relief. Alarm at the slow pace of donations continues despite new and more drastic estimates of the scale of the disaster. According to the UN, the number of people left homeless by the flooding has risen to more than 4 million, equivalent to a city the size of Sydney. Peter Lloyd reports.
These fly-blown possessions are amongst all that's left in the rubble of the home of Riaz Khan after it was inundated and destroyed by floodwaters.
We used to be very well off. We had a beautiful house, we had a television, a refrigerator, everything. Now we have nothing.
Vast tracts of eastern Pakistan are flood affected. 8 million people need immediate help, according to the United Nations.
The sheer scale of the disaster is tremendous and shocking. Take, if you will, the entire population of Australia, more than 20 million people, a third of the country, Pakistan, so an area the size of Victoria. It's a catastrophe that is going to affect the people of Pakistan, not just for many months ahead, but for years.
Cholera, already endemic, has begun claiming lives. The UN fears a mass outbreak amongst the most vulnerable.
We have women and children at risk not in the hundreds of thousands, but in the millions.
Millions of Pakistanis have been turned into beggars. We are receiving food sometimes, says this woman, but she says sometimes we miss out. They are hungry and don't understand why the world has been so slow to send help.
I think in the Australian context, the disaster happening in the middle of an election campaign has certainly been a factor. I think also that the relatively slow onset as compared to the immediate catastrophe of the earthquake in Haiti, where there was front page on our TV sets and thousands killed immediately. I think this has been a different type of catastrophe where it's been building over a fortnight.
Another factor, it seems, is scepticism about how well money will be spent in Pakistan, a country blighted by corruption. There are allegations that money earmarked for flood prevention programs since the 1970s was embezzled or spent badly by government officials.
There's allegations from Transparency International that 70% of that aid has been unaccounted for in that particular government agency.
Pakistan's President Asif Ali Zardari travelled to Moscow for a meeting, his second trip abroad during this crisis. The husband of the late Benazir Bhutto was already known as Mr 10% for his long trail of kickbacks and corruption. Fury at his behaviour is fuelling anger at the government response. Celebrity sportsman turned politician Imran Khan was so fed up he launched a private appeal.
Casting all politics aside, I am appealing to all Pakistanis that today, if we all unite, we will be able to face up to this big tragedy.
Aid agencies say there are ways to give that bypass officials.
It's possible to donate to aid charities, not-for-profit organisations that are responding. They have people on the ground who are trained humanitarian workers working in water and sanitation, shelter and food provision, for example.
Until enough money is raised, the mantra will be that dollars denied equals lives lost. Peter Lloyd, Lateline.